Solitude is for me a fount of healing, which makes my life worth living. Talking is often a torment for me, and I need many days of silence to recover from the futility of words. That is a quote from Carl Jung. Welcome to my first introductory episode of my podcast. I've been having somewhat of a cognitive dissonance this year with my social media presence and efforts to show up on social media. It's rather conflicting because I understand the value it can bring and opportunity to reach more people and grow my audience and ultimately my client base. But I'm doing social media because of a need. It's a chore for me and I really don't enjoy it that much, if I'm totally honest. And I don't wake up wanting to do social media like some people may do. It's a chore. It's exhausting chasing views, likes, and followers, especially on shorter form media like Instagram and TikTok. Even recently, I just closed my TikTok because I didn't really find any value in it. I didn't feel like my content worked on there, and I felt limited on TikTok. So I just closed that down, and I'm currently just focusing on Instagram, LinkedIn, and now YouTube and this podcast I'm creating. I feel like I would have to change who I am and go against all my fundamental beliefs and my authenticity to really get those larger views, etc. I'd have to start making silly content or try to be entertaining or be a comedian or try to be someone who I'm not, or worse, faking it. So many people online and content creators are faking it and they script scenarios out for views, and the lengths they go to is truly incredible. I don't feel like I could ever do that. I feel like I would feel like a fraud. Don't get me wrong, there are some elements of social media content creation I enjoy. I enjoy like creating content around my training. There's sometimes I do like creating stuff because I'll be talking about things I'm interested in, and I do sometimes enjoy the editing process. But it takes a huge amount of effort, and there is no guarantee of a positive return for your efforts. Like if I compare that to working with a client, there's definitely a return on my efforts by investing in that client and helping them progress. There's a clear return on that. But with social media, there's no guarantee of that. So you can find yourself in a negative feedback loop, then questioning your self worth, which ultimately then makes me not want to create content. I don't want my confidence and I don't want my confidence depending on my existence on the interwebs, nor do I want to become addicted to the dopamine rush from social media. Social media doesn't even align with my personality and my mission as a health fitness coach. I spent a lot of time researching my personality traits, trying to understand myself, and generally just developing my self awareness. I'm definitely introverted. I spend more time thinking than I do talking, and social events or crowded spaces drain my battery and tend to overwhelm me with stimulus. I'd very happily be able, I'd be happy to not talk for 2 days straight. Like, honestly, that makes me really happy, just the thought of that. I'm a thinker and I'm analytical, I'm persistent, and I'm systematic. It's in my nature to be task orientated and to work towards tangible results. I'm generally always in charge of my emotions, I feel anyway, and I feel like I'm the opposite of neurotic. So I can feel uncomfortable around socializers or others who are very outgoing or who are very talkative. As a thinker, I believe I am a great problem solver and very decisive. I am detail orientated, which means substance is more important to me than style or surface level stuff. I do struggle with like small talk and just surface level conversations. I work very well independently and I'm always very precise with everything I do. I tend to work better with people or communicate better with people also on a one-to-one basis because there isn't much distraction when trying to like communicate within a group. I find that difficult. So my personality trait is definitely better suited to coaching and enhancing my own knowledge, researching, being obsessive about developing my skills and connecting with people on a more one-to-one personal basis. This aligns with our mission because I truly feel I have a gift for helping people change their lives through the vehicle of health and fitness. We have to understand that Our most prized asset is our health. Now, we can sacrifice our health as many people do in the pursuit of finances, business, or putting others first, but ultimately that erodes our well-being and the quality of life. Simply put, my mission is to help people who are committed and motivated to resolve their health issues, but also who want to live life with a high level of well being. This isn't just about avoiding disease, avoiding illness, and being mediocre. I want to work with people who want to develop themselves and enhance their health and fitness levels to the highest level possible. I also can't work with anyone or too many people, so my business has to support a level of freedom I want from my life. Plus, I'm totally unemployable at this point in my life, so I will continue to be a one-man band so I can retain my autonomy. Right. The World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. With focus on optimal health, we can sharpen our edge, perform at a high level, and really make the best of our lives whilst being in top physical and mental shape. God only gave us one body, one home, and if we treat it right, it can help us do amazing things. So, in future episodes, I will dive into the state of the population's health, how we got here, how we can optimize, but we will leave that for later episodes. Right now, I'm currently studying sports and exercise nutrition, which I'm very much enjoying because it is helping to stretch my mental skills, increase my knowledge, and my capability of helping others. Last year, I was feeling quite stagnant and a little bored, to be honest. I realized if I just worked on my coaching business every day and clients, it wasn't really challenging me enough. I wanted to learn more, become more of an expert, but also I was beginning to notice common issues amongst clients with how they behave and manage their nutrition. So it made logical sense to return to education and really dive into nutrition and behavior science. I've begun refining my coaching process and how I position myself. One key area I've restructured is my coaching framework, which drives the goal of increased performance levels through strategy, execution, behavior change, accountability, and science based nutrition. So I'm really trying to structure my coaching and looking at ways to really enhance those key areas. Okay, enough on that anyway. So, why I will use this type of content, this voice only podcast I'm creating, because it seems counterproductive because everyone is saying or doing short form content and video and storytelling. Well, sometimes when everyone goes left, you go right, you bob and weave, right? So the short form stuff just doesn't work so well for my personality and my skills. I will still continue to do it, but it's incredibly difficult to try and cram complex things into 90-second videos. And then even to record a long form video comes with so many obstacles. I have to record in high quality, invest in equipment, get good at recording, get good at editing. All of that literally is another skill in itself. And I don't want to be a content creator or a videographer. I don't necessarily want to do that. So how can I remove all those obstacles to creating high quality content? How can I increase connection and depth with my audience? How can I take my time and not rush the process of imparting knowledge that can help people improve the skills necessary to perform behaviors that improve their well-being? Don't get me wrong, I'm someone who generally acts quickly after thought, does the thing and figures out later how to make it better. But at the same time, I do like to take my time, not rush, and do things in a methodical and strategic manner. It's one thing my dad said to me is do things the right way the first time. Then you don't have to go back and redo it, right? So I'm always going to be trying to do it the best I can and then trying to improve it as I go along. I want to talk about or research ideas at length. I want things to have substance. If not, I'd rather not talk for 2 days straight. This brings me to my two final points. Firstly, behavior change. If something isn't working or not enjoyable or not creating a positive outcome for you, then there needs to be a change. The COMB behavior change wheel is a proven behavior change framework. So that's COMB. It stands for capability, opportunity, and motivation. This behavior change wheel is a framework used in health science and elite performance coaching. It says that in order for a behavior to happen, like better training, improved nutrition, or sleep, you need three things. capability, opportunity, and motivation. So for me, doing this type of podcast increases my capability because it lends itself to my personality and my skills, increases opportunity because of the environment it creates for me by removing obstacles and things I don't want to do. And I feel like I can make mistakes if I'm talking. I can say, I can go back and re-say things if I need to. Therefore, it increases my motivation for creating content. I can just speak freely. I can research topics, go into depth, and go off on tangents if I need to. You don't get that space with short form content. It kind of has to be very slick, well edited, well spoken. And this podcast gives me another avenue to just explore longer form content with you guys and for those who want to listen. So, for my second and final point, I think many people misunderstand me. Well, that is the impression I get. Maybe I'm intimidating or I don't know, something along those lines. So this podcast can create an environment for those people who want to listen, to get to know me, and for me to express my ideas, my thoughts, stories, and share that with the world at length. So I'm going to leave you with a letter from my girlfriend who wrote me a letter for my birthday. So it really meant so much to hear that from her. She is my biggest fan and my biggest supporter. I suppose we all can question ourselves, have times of low self-belief, but particularly as a man and the man I want to be, I feel like there is a heavy burden of performance. I'm not where I want to be, and that is motivating in itself, but also it can be depressing. You're always fighting that inner conflict. You can question why people love you, especially if you have many flaws like I have. Anyways, you can hear about me from the human closest to me. So I'm literally going to read the letter that she wrote for me for my birthday. So it starts with, drum roll please, give it up for the one and only my babes. Happy birthday. Last year I wrote a very long list of all the things I appreciate. This year, while the thoughtful, kind, loving things you do mean the world to me, and there's so much I would say about us, all the things I love. I'll save that for our anniversary on Appreciation Day. It's all about you. So as promised, I'm writing you an appreciation letter. I'm so happy and proud of everything that you are, all of it. I see it, I celebrate it, and I appreciate it more than words can say. Your discipline, your commitment to what's true, aligned, and for the highest good. It's sacred. You're in a powerful season of your life. That's why I asked if you were happy, because truth is everything you want is coming. So a couple of weeks ago, or maybe 3-4 weeks ago now, she asked me in the kitchen, am I happy? And I actually said no. And she got really upset. And I was like, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, I am happy. So here's what I said to her. I said, I am happy in myself, but I'm not happy at the same time because I want to be in a further position or an improved way of life or the way I'm living. So in regards to that, no, I'm not happy, but at the same time, I am happy because I am happy within myself. I'm happy who I am, and I'm happy with what I'm doing. But it's a yes and no at the same time, right? So it's kind of difficult. But anyway, once I explained it to her, she kind of understood and she wasn't as much upset. Okay, so back to the letter. And this part of your journey is worthy of being lived fully. You deserve it to sit in the now and feel proud of the man you are. You are the most caring, thoughtful, honest man. Your authenticity is sexy as fuck. I hope that today and every day you feel appreciated, because if 2 + 2 = 4, then all the good you are will pour into this world, will come back to you. You should expect it. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your mind, your stillness, your strength, your presence. Thank you for the way you love, quietly, steadily, truthfully, and thank you for being the place where I rest. You are deeply, deeply appreciated. And then she leaves a little message at the end. And that's my first episode, guys. Hope you enjoy. I will see you on the next one.